Hello everyone, here Ali. We are in the vicinity of Reiðhjola Bændur. If you ever wonder how to get a quality bicycle in a very low cost, or even so, if you want to repair your old bicycle and you don't want to spend a fortune in it, I can tell you how you can do it. So let's find out, because we're going to speak next with Mr. Birgir, and he will tell us all about these topics. And remember, here on below, we will leave you the exact location where you can find out. Okay. Góðan daginn. Við erum Flame of Wisdom. Við erum spænkumælandi samfélag og önnur tungumál. Við viljum spyrja þig nokkura spurninga. Ég í lagi að tala ensku fyrir óþolinmóða áhorfendur okkar?
Yep.
Já, takk fyrir. First, we would like to start. Please tell us about yourself and your work.
Okay. First, about myself a little bit. My name is Birgir Birgisson, and I studied to be an industrial designer.
Good.
And I work today for a company in Reykjavík that makes prosthetic legs.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's very interesting work. I used to live in Denmark for a long time to study and work for a few years. So I have been a migrant myself.
Oh, good.
And this also has helped me understand the migrants' experience.
Okay.
Which is why when I joined the club Reiðhjola Bændur many years ago, I saw an opportunity in that to help people in the same situation as I was in Denmark to connect with the local community. But we'll come back to that in a moment. So as I said, I live in Reykjavík. I have a family, my wife and my two sons. They are grown men today. One is 30 years old and lives in Norway. The other is 20 years old and still here in Reykjavík. And we are all Icelanders born here, except for my youngest. He was actually born in Denmark, but still is an Icelander.
Yeah, of course.
And we all enjoy visiting other countries, of course, learning other cultures and getting a new angle on your thoughts and vision of the world.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So your project is called Reiðhjola Bændur.
Yeah, it's a weird word even in Icelandic.
Yeah.
So Reiðhjola Bændur, if you translate it directly, would mean bicycle farmers.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of mistake in that, because we also have in Icelandic a word called húsbóndi, which means like a lord of the house or lord of the manor.
Yeah.
And we are using the word bóndi or bændur in that context.
Okay.
So it's really like the lords of the bicycles, which sounds much better.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
And tell us about this project.
Yeah.
Where it was born.
Well, actually, this is more than a project, but we'll come back to that. It's more like a amateur club, amateur cycling club, and it started in 2007. 2007. Yes, and that's when there was a group of friends, 4 or 5 guys, same age as me. I mean, middle-aged men.
Yes,
that
of course.
Discovered
you look very young. Okay.
Discovered they needed to move more, so they chose cycling.
Okay.
And it was difficult for them to find the right time. They had families, they had jobs, busy lives. So they said, okay, every Tuesday evening, 7 o'clock, we go for a bike ride. And they did this for some time, and then they started asking more friends to come with them. And the group is growing and growing and growing. And when I joined in 2015, so the club was already 8 years old then, there were about 100 people in the group riding around a circle around Reykjavík once a week.
Yeah, very nice cycling club.
Yes, very nice. And the people did this also in the winter. Because in the winter you use special tires, you special clothes and so on. But you can still cycle in Iceland in the winter. It's possible.
It's possible, yes. And the benefit, I believe, it's you can see beautiful, unique sights in winter that you cannot see in summer or spring, yes?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if not.
No, it's completely correct. And even during the night, I mean late night, especially when you have the snow or the ground is white.
Yes.
If you have the moon out,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of light coming not only from the moon,
Yes.
but also from the snow, reflecting the light.
Oh, okay.
And cycling in beautiful weather during the night, even if it's cold, it's very nice.
Yeah, because you're wearing special gear.
Yes.
And I believe it's not that expensive, just a bit
No.
two clothes.
Yeah.
Like your regular stroll, but
Yeah.
you're in a bicycle, yes?
And actually, it's a curious thing.
Yeah.
We have, of course, as you know, the Icelandic wool, the
Yes.
sweaters and everything.
Yeah, of
and this
course.
is something coming, hundreds of years ago. This was invented,
Yeah.
and it's the perfect clothes to have when you're cycling in Reykjavík.
See?
So it's just a wonderful thing that it fits together.
So you don't need special gears to go cycling on winter, just Icelandic wool.
Yeah. Except when it's raining, then you need a better something. But
Yeah.
okay.
We
So-
have some exceptions.
Yeah. So more of the background of the club. As the group grew, that is cycling around Reykjavík once a week, we had a lot of people come that were learning to use their bicycles. I mean, maybe they had bicycles as children, but
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
never used it. And also in this group, we are riding a little bit in traffic as well, on the streets,
Yeah.
which in Iceland is completely legal. You can ride your bicycle on the street. You just have to remember to give like the turning signals and these things to
Yes.
stay safe, but it's perfectly legal.
It's perfectly legal.
Yes.
It's a good tip to know for all the bicyclers there
Yeah.
that they're afraid to go on the street. Now
Yeah,
you
it's
can
perfectly
know.
legal. And there were a lot of people that needed to sort of learn how to do it. And Reiðhjola Bændur became the place for new people to learn to cycle in this context. So that's how we changed from being just the cycling once a week of friends, and we became sort of the club that showed people how to do it. From that, we also became involved in the security or the safety of people on cycles in traffic. So we began to communicate with the police, and we have this institute called Samgöngustofa, and they are the government institute that sort of distributes knowledge and wisdom about safety and traffic rules and all of that. So we became the club that communicated with them about cyclists.
So you do more than just a cycling club
Yes.
and just repairing
Yeah.
bicycles.
Yeah.
You are providing for the people about knowledge of traffic, how
Yeah.
to use the bicycles
Yeah.
properly, to be safe,
Yeah.
and also to be a bridge between the laws and the safety of all riders in bicycles.
Yes, that's what we try
That's
to do, to let
memorable.
people know what they need to do to stay safe.
Yes.
And also in the other direction, we try to communicate to the police and to Samgöngustofa what they need to change and what they need to educate drivers.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough for the cyclists to know how to stay
Yeah.
safe. Drivers need to know what to do as well.
Yes.
So it's a cooperation.
Cooperation, but the good things and everything always start with the first step.
Yeah.
So I think you have already done that. So that's why we are here.
Yeah, well, we have done it because
Yes.
I have to emphasize it's a group. It's not just me.
Yeah.
Although I'm the chairman of the group today and I'm sort of a little bit the face outside, but there's a lot of people involved.
Our next question is, how's been your relationship with the people who work with you, and in this case, we can say it for you? Yes.
It's been very good. Actually, I was quite surprised when we started because 2022 was the first year where we did a project like this in this
Yes.
same method, and I was pleasantly surprised. There was a lot of people that wanted to come and help, and it was because they wanted to give back to the society, but
Yeah.
at the same time they were helping other people in the same situation as they were.
Yeah.
So we have had people from many different countries come.
As volunteers.
Yes, as volunteers, because everything we do is volunteer.
Yeah.
Even the bikes that we are fixing and giving away, people give those to us. So that's volunteering or donating.
Yes.
We have agreements with the bicycle shops. They are donating the spare parts. So
Oh.
everything we do is donations and volunteer, and it's just wonderful.
We have met some of the people who work with you.
Yeah.
And mostly fixing, repairing all the bicycles. Some people who are volunteering in many situations, yes. Good people who are always, as you said, trying to
Yeah.
give pay back
Yes. Yeah.
all the kindness they receive.
Yeah.
Yes. So
And I think it's wonderful. And you know, just to emphasize how much people want to help. We have a group of people that live in Hafnarfjörður.
yes.
This is about 20 kilometers away.
yeah.
And they come here either on their cycles or in the bus. And last summer they were working maybe 5 or 6 or 7 hours. And then they went back with the bus or the bicycles, or they went to Salvation Army or Red Cross or other places to volunteer as well.
Oh, wow.
So I'm amazed at the work that people do. And I know that it's because they want to be part of the society. They want to help out and be valuable for the society. And they most certainly are.
Yes. It's a very beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know, when you receive kindness, the first thing you think and feel is, if I felt something so nice, I want to everyone and other people feel the same as me.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you can relate to me. Yes?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yes.
That when you received, and I think especially when you receive kindness you did not expect.
Yes.
Then you feel the need to give it forward.
Yeah.
Or
not to share it.
Yeah.
To hold it.
Not be selfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Exactly. But another thing that I want to mention in this is that yes, we are a cyclist club and we are fixing bicycles and donating bicycles, but there are so many other things that happen at the same time. Not only are people that come and volunteer and work for us, they are learning Icelandic a little bit.
That's a very interesting topic.
They're also teaching me even Spanish.
See, it's great for everyone, because we will put on screen footage of and pictures of all languages of the parts.
Yeah.
So I believe, and the next question is, how is the relationship with the language of all these people? Because I believe many of your volunteers doesn't speak all Icelandic.
Yeah, that's
they're
very true.
learning.
Yeah. And it's very easy. If you are, for example, we have had a group of people that know each other and they come to help us as a group. And there are people in that group that know a little bit of English and even a little bit of Icelandic. And it's very easy when we are busy with our work, fixing the bikes, for me to say, I can't talk to this person, so I talk to the next person in English or something. But it's very good that when you're busy fixing the bikes, you don't go this easy way. You try to make yourself understandable. So you make more of an effort.
You make
both for
that
me,
effort to communicate.
Yeah.
And I believe, tell me one of the words that you have learned in Spanish, if you can recall now.
I have many.
Oh my God.
But for me, the most popular one to use is cadena.
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 Yeah. Cadena.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm not saying it correctly, but you understand.
Yes, I did understand. Cadena, yes.
Yeah. So the chain of the bicycle.
Yes, the
of
chain
course.
of the bicycle.
Yeah. And we talk a lot about freno.
Freno, yes, the brake.
Yeah.
Freno, yes.
Because when we're fixing the bikes, the most important thing is that they work.
And they have the brakes.
Yes, and they are safe.
Yeah.
They are safe. They are not the most beautiful bikes you've seen, but they work and they are safe.
That's very good. And as you learn Spanish, the people who volunteer with you can learn English if they don't know English, or better yet, they can learn Icelandic.
Yes.
I've seen all the picture, the translation, everything. It's so beautiful. And I think you have a very good vibe and a good environment.
And I think also, just to add to what you were saying, many of the people that come, they already have courses in Icelandic. They're studying, they're making an effort there. And it's very different for them to come here and volunteer on the bikes. And maybe they are thinking about something they learned in the course.
Yes.
And then they ask, and we have a discussion about it. And I can explain, for example, why is this word like this? And why does the word change? You know, for example...
where the grammar comes and why this and why not this other word.
Yeah, for example, for a funny word in Icelandic, we say, for a cake, we say, þetta kaka. This is cake.
Kaka.
But it helps them understand.
Yeah.
And if we are lucky, we even have small cake on the workshop. That, you know.
Yes, a bit mig langar cocoa.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, it's like my favorite. Chocolate cocoa. It's like my favorite.
So there's a lot of other benefits from being in a group, and it's true that you meet your local community in a completely different way. And this is also the philosophy of why would I donate bicycles, or we donate bicycles to the community. That's because my theory is if you only use the bus to go from place to place, then in your mind you don't get a map, you only get the points. But if you are using a bicycle, going from where you live to the shop or to the school or something, you learn the route, you understand your community. And also,
make a sense.
I've never met a person that is on a bus, meeting another bus, that says hello to the people on the other bus. But if you're on a bicycle and you meet someone on a bicycle, you can say hello. So you see your community in a different way.
And you can connect.
Yes, and connection, that's the important thing.
Also, most of the people in the bus is like on their phone or music.
Exactly.
But in the bicycle you can see all this beautiful land. Because it is beautiful, all full of nature and everything.
And I think also there's one more point there, which is very important. And that is for people that are migrants or immigrants in any country, whether it's Iceland or somewhere else. It's very easy to feel lonely. It's very easy to feel a bit depressed.
It's true.
Having a bicycle, being able to go out in the fresh air, a little bit of movement,
and exercises,
it helps. It gives you, there are some, I'm not a doctor, but in your brain, in your heart, there are chemicals that are released by movement and by being outside,
by the exercise,
and it all
by
helps.
The sun.
So it's a win-win situation.
For everyone. Good health, good physical, mental health, exercise, you can know the community, you can meet people, you know the land, and appreciate all the nature. And this goes with my next question is, how can people have access to a bicycle?
Good question.
Yes.
And I think it's very good that you help people understand how to do this.
Yes.
So, before I answer the question, I have to give you a little bit of background.
Okay, perfect.
Because this bicycle project, it used to belong to a different association called Heiðhjola. This is a global thing called Save the Children in English. And last year, they came to us and said, can we work together on this bicycle donation project?
Again?
Yeah. So we did, and at that point, so last year, people needed to send an application to Heiðhjola. And they needed to process the application, and they would send people a message, say, can you please come this day, this hour to pick up your bike? This became a little bit too difficult. The communication was difficult.
Yes.
So what we are doing now is we are preparing a website with a very simple form where people apply for this bicycle. And the only thing we need to know is the name of the contact, the telephone number, and if you're applying for some other than yourself, let's say you're applying for your children, we need to know how old are they and maybe how tall are they? Because of course, how tall children are decides the size of the bicycle. So we are creating this website, and once it's ready, we will have a link to share, and hopefully you can help us share it.
Yes, you will receive the link of the website and all of our platforms, social media, and our YouTube channel, of course.
And then when people apply, they will get a reply from us saying, can you please come this day? And then you just show up and pick up your bicycles.
And if you wonder where is this place, also here below or in the comments, we will leave you the exact location, how to get here on Reiðhjola Bændur.
Reiðhjola Bændur.
The Lord of the Bicycles.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
And we will we are donating these bicycles, so it doesn't cost anything.
Doesn't cost anything. It's free of charge. You can receive a bicycle free of charge.
Yes,
because it's a donation that is not only from this organization, it's from a lot of people.
Yes.
People who are donating their old bicycles.
Yes.
Bicycle stores who are donating parts.
Yes.
The volunteers who work hardly to repair them and make it safe and in a good quality for you to use. Yes? So
it's a group work. There's a lot of people supporting this, and we even have some companies in Iceland, in Reykjavík, which are donating their work. So they show up and they help fix bicycles. And we have a company that has a delivery driver that is delivering their products to the shops and so on. And they even say, hey, can you tell us people that are giving bicycles but cannot bring it to you?
Yes.
And they will send their delivery driver to pick up the bicycle. So
And
everyone,
bring it here.
Yeah, everyone is supporting this.
So it's a very commemorable and beautiful organization.
Yeah, it's a
And
community project. Really.
Yes, most definitely a community project. And we are very glad to be here today with you to share this view and for all of you, our viewers that can have access to this. And my following question about that is, it's open for everyone.
Yes,
They have to be an Icelander to have a bicycle, or it's open for all nationalities?
It's open for everyone. We don't ask any difficult questions. You can just come and say, "Can I please have a bicycle?" and we will give it to you, because we trust that people that can go out and buy a bicycle for themselves, they will do so.
Yes.
So we expect that the people that come to us and ask, they are doing it because they need bicycle for their children and they don't have the money to buy it. They can be in a difficult position. We also have some people that have a disability or something, and they are in a difficult position because of that, and then we can help them out. For example, last summer, there was a father, single father, who has a 10-year-old boy, and he is disabled, so he doesn't have a lot of money. Good. And they were so unfortunate that both their bicycles were stolen. And then we helped them out. We gave them a bicycle.
Yes.
And we said, okay, if you retrieve your old bicycle, you just bring these bicycles back and we can donate them to someone else. So we just need or try to help out people that need that. And the philosophy is we need more people on bicycles. We need to connect better with our community.
Yes.
And that will help everything else that we do in the cycling club. So that will help us to say to the government authorities, there are a lot of people using bicycles. You need to help us to make them more safe.
Yes.
So
to make safe roads.
Yeah.
And everything, highways for bicycles.
Yes.
And everything.
Yeah. So that donating bicycles.
Yes.
It's a little bit selfish because it helps us to get more safety. So it helps
it's a
everyone.
win-win situation
Yes,
for everyone.
exactly.
Everyone can benefit.
Yes.
But
So it's open
memorable.
to everyone and it's open to all nationalities. You don't have to be Icelandic. You can have arrived last week. You don't have a kennitala. It's no problem. Just let us know your name and your telephone number so we can let you know when your bicycle is ready for pickup.
An important thing to say and emphasize is that our only currency is trust.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
We trust you.
Yeah.
All of what you have, and we don't ask difficult questions.
Exactly.
That's correct?
Yes.
You can always correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I just want to add to what you were saying, because some Icelanders that are not used to projects like this, they ask me, but I mean, are not people coming and collecting bicycles and then just selling them on Facebook or something? And I said, no, maybe it happens. Maybe 1 or 2 bicycles, that happens each summer. I don't care. Because if I can help 1,500 people and 2 bicycles get lost, I don't care.
Yes. It's part of the lost cost. You're expecting
but the
margin of losses.
But the happiness we create and the trust that we experience is just so much bigger.
In other words, you are putting all your efforts of the trust, the love, the good things, that is the 98% of all your work. And you are not focusing in the remaining 2% of the loss.
I don't want to focus on the negative. I want to focus on the positive.
It's very commemorable.
And as I sometimes say, because people ask me, why are you doing this? You're spending so much energy, so much time, etc. Then I say, well, we have volunteers doing the same thing. What I'm doing is not special. There's a lot of people involved. And I would much rather focus on the positive. And I sometimes say I suffer from chronic positivity. Yeah, and that's a very good disease to have.
That's all we need to be a bit more positive then. Please share it with all of us.
I try.
For all our viewers.
Yeah.
And also, to my next question is, you already said it, but if you can explain it a bit more, what is your main goal with all of this project? Well, in simple words for our viewers to know.
My main goal with this project is to help others, but also, as we mentioned before, by helping others, you're also helping yourself. more people on bicycles, more people that are visible cycling in Reykjavík and the area, that helps our cause of asking the government and the city authorities for safer biking paths, for safer traffic intersections.
Yes.
Because then we can say, see, all of these people are cycling, we need to make them safe.
Yes.
So helping others helps us as well.
Very good. This is a goal. And let's go a bit more further than that. What is your dream, Birne? Tell us about your dream.
My dream is big.
We need to have big dreams. Yes. Because if you're going to dream the biggest of you can.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about at least three things.
Go ahead.
The first thing is, in Iceland, we do not have a long tradition of using bicycles to get to work, to get to school, to do what you need to do.
Yes.
Our society has been built for people that own cars. We want to change this. It's both for the environment, but also, as we mentioned earlier, for our physical and our mental health, it's much better that more people use bicycles.
Yes.
I'm not saying everyone has to do it, but in the past, we only had like 2% or 4% of people using bicycles for their daily trips. Now it's up to, I think I remember correctly, 7%. But in good societies, like in Denmark and Holland, which are the dream countries of the cyclist, they have something like 25 or even higher portion of people using bicycles every day. So to finish off my first part is I want to see 20 or 25% of people in Reykjavík and the Birgir area using bicycles every day.
If we say 30%, 20% of the people of Reykjavík will be speaking about 1,000 people because it's a lot. But
so the second part,
I think it's possible.
Completely possible.
Every dream is possible. And what is the second part?
So the second part is I want to make cycling safer.
Yes.
We, as I mentioned, we don't have a long tradition of cyclists in traffic, so it's understandable that drivers need to learn how to behave around cyclists. So I want people to be able to cycle where they need to go. You are allowed on the street, as we mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Of course, you would never go cycling on the biggest streets, like on Miklabraut or those huge freeways. But on the other streets, you are allowed, and it can be very safe. Having more people cycling helps us tell the government we need to have rules in place. We need to issue fines for the drivers that drive unsafely around. Having more people on bikes helps us do this.
More traffic signs.
Yes.
Maybe more awareness of the policy of how to drive when you have a cyclist going by your side. For example, if you're driving, you need to have 1 meter and a half of distance at least from the side and so on and so on.
Exactly. So that was the second part. And the third part is I want to see more adults cycling. Because what that does is, if you see more adults cycling when you are a child, you grow up seeing your parents cycling to work or cycling wherever they need to go. Then it's very easy for you to use your bicycle to go to school, to go to your sports activities and everything like that. And as you grow up, you can also see yourself cycling as a grown-up. That means that when you get to be 16, 17, 18 years old, in Iceland we get our driver's license when we are 17, that's the earliest age. So when you get to this age, you don't automatically think, I have to have a car and I stop using my bicycle. So I want to change this. This is my biggest dream for the future. That Icelanders or people living in Iceland do not automatically think, I have to have a car. Just seeing themselves living their lives using a bicycle. And this very much coincides with the fact that Reykjavík has been a very spread out city. It's not a dense city. We don't have a lot of people in the same place. This is
in the same community.
Exactly. So this is changing slowly. Now the city authorities are building more and more tightly. And that means that the car is no longer the obvious option. You can get where you're going either walking or cycling or using the bus.
Because from here, if you're going to say an example to go to Hafnarfjörður, it's 20 kilometers.
It's a long distance.
It's a long distance. But when you drive and you go to bicycle, the time between each other is not that far away. So 10, 15 more minutes in bicycle,
Yeah.
you still can go to your destination
Yeah.
safely.
Yes, especially in the morning and in the afternoon, in the rush hour, as we call it.
Especially.
You can even get faster by bicycle because cars are stuck in traffic.
Yeah,
So-
most certainly.
Yeah, I think more and more people are seeing this, and we are seeing more and more of the big bicycles where a parent has maybe 2 or 3 children in the back
Yes.
and all of that. So it's coming slowly. But doing this donation project, we are helping this move more quickly.
We can say for sure that you are working towards that dream.
Yes, yeah.
That it's beautiful, Bernie. I just love it. And I think for closure, I can ask you this question. Tell us and to the viewers, if you had the power to change one thing in the world, what could that be?
Oh, that's a big question.
I do characterize to do those.
Okay, let me say it in this way. If I could change one significant thing in the world,
Yes.
I would make my chronic disease
Yes.
of relentless positivity
Yes.
very contagious. So
Very
everyone
contagious.
is spread
Can
out
be-
with this.
Can have all that positiveness in their life.
Let's say it's my personal
beautiful.
COVID
Yes.
that I could just spread to everyone. To
In
be,
a pandemic way. In
Yeah.
a good this is a good pandemic.
yeah,
Yes, you know?
it's a nice pandemic to be overly positive
Yes.
and not think about the possible negative sides of it. Just focus on positivity.
And to work doing it.
Yeah, and if you have the opportunity to help others, please do, because then it's sort of the same vision as with karma. I
Yes.
mean, the more you help others, the more you receive yourself. That's sort of the philosophy there.
It was fantastic to speak with you, and it's a beautiful dream that you have. It's a beautiful community project that you have built here. Once again, we will leave in the description everything that you need to know, how to access it, the website links of this community project, and the exact location, also picture of it. And we will thank you again, Bernie, because I, for myself, I'm happy to be here speaking about this, because we can say for sure we are doing something great in the world. Because to change the world, we don't need to do great things, just one small step at a time.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Það var frábært að tala við þig. Takk fyrir tíman og vertu sæl og blessaður.
Takk sömuleiðis.
Takk svo mikið.